All right, y'all. Episode 7 for Hazbin Hotel in the books. Really enjoyed my first time reaction and analysis for Out for Love and ready for this. So much fun. I just am really falling more and more in love with the show and the music every time I make these videos. I hope you guys are too. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy my first time ever watching these two songs, and I'll see you after.
Driven by your detestation, your every step is stoked with animus. You need a different type of motivation, or there's no way that you can handle this. I know you're thirsty.
I just love the Spanish inspiration that comes with Camila. Now this song, we're getting a blend of very modern kind of music production with these heavy kicks. But with the Spanish style guitar happening. And, of course the voice actress and her voice as well is just perfect for this style. In her first song, it was full on Spanish feel, and there wasn't much modern stuff because it was being played against Velvet's super modern trappy pop vibe, so they wanted to clearly distinct there. But now we have a nice balance of kind of the old school and the new. We're in A minor.
I see you're driven by your detestation. Your every step is stoked with animus. You need a different type of motivation, or there's no way that you can handle this.
She gets down to E's. Not the E I just sang, obviously, in one octave higher, but E is extremely low for a female vocalist, extremely low. And she's still phonating down there. It's not just air. Sometimes you'll get that if there's supposed to be a note. You might, say the word but not actually phonate, but you're still getting the message across. You're still storytelling. She's actually phonating all the way down that super low E. Again, a nice blend of not only these two genres I mentioned, or two different styles, we'll say, but this kind of very speech-like singing we get in a lot of musical theater where there's so much text and so much dialogue that it's very speech-driven, but there is also still clear melody happening as well.
Motivation, or there's no way that you can
Or there's no way that you can. All the way down to the female very low E.
Different type of motivation, or there's no way that you can handle this. I know you're thirsting for vengeance, baggy, you're out for blood, but you'll only stand a chance if you're out for love. Out for love, love. Think of who you care about, protect them and be out for love, love. You're gonna fight without gloves long as you're out for love.
Okay. Do it for love, not for blood. I like it. Notice how much her vowel is changing on the oh, or whatever those pitches are. There's a lot of vowel modification happening based on what's comfortable for our voice actress for Camila. And then, of course, we get the full ensemble of, it's not really techno, but it's a very driving kind of electronic modern feel. Again, still maintaining the kind of Spanish guitar in the background. But, it's driving. It's really driving forward in, I guess, what we'll call a chorus at this point.
But you'll only stand a chance if you're out for love. Out for love, love. Think of who you care about, protect them and be out for love,
Love. There's so much vowel shifting happening, and maybe that was also written or intended by the songwriters, and it could be part written that way and intended to be that way, and part the Camila singer doing what's comfortable in her voice. Both are totally valid. The singer should unless it's going to completely distort a word and make a word unintelligible. Aside from that, you should definitely always be open to changing the vowel to make the best sound, to make a good, whatever sound, whatever vocal color you want. That really is what's most important, as long as the audience still understands the word.
Fight without gloves, long as you're out for love. Fuel yourself with the fear of losing that somebody who's your reason to live.
Listen to all that action in the Spanish guitar. It's really subtle. It's really far in the background, but there was like a like way in the background here coming into the second verse.
Out for love. Fuel yourself with the fear of losing that somebody who's your reason to live.
Yeah, speedy.
And you can't help choosing to fight with all you can give. I know you're thirsting for vengeance, faggy, you're out for blood, but you'll only
Love a
stand
heartbeat.
a chance if you're out for love. Out for love.
Oh, the key change after this little like heartbeat motif we get in this little down section. I like the second verse. The second verse really drives. It really picks up steam from the first chorus, keeps the momentum going, and it builds us to that moment where kind of everything drops out, and it's just like that kind of heartbeat motif in there. And then, of course, we get into this key change, final chorus, you know, full climactic moment. It's nice song structuring, which it's such a short song, but we still get like a full kind of song structure.
You can't help choosing to fight with all you can give. I know you're thirsting for vengeance, faggy, you're out for blood, but you'll only stand a chance if you're out for love. Out for love, love. Think of who you care about, protect them and be out for love.
Now we're in B flat minor, so just a half step up, which is the most traditional, kind of most standard version of a key change or a key modulation up. It's just up by a half step. So we get that here. And yeah, it elevates the intensity. It absolutely elevates the moment.
You're out for love, out for love, love. Think of who you care about, protect them and be out for love, love. You're gonna fight without gloves, and when that push comes to shove, yeah, you just might rise above, long as you're out for love.
Oh, did she just get her wings back? What? I was just going to say, I just love Camilla's character design. Like, she just looks so cool. But holy smokes, what? Did you get the wings back? That's crazy. That's huge. That's a huge plot point.
Yeah, you just might rise above, long as you're out for love.
That's absolutely wild. Because she's doing it for love. Love is the power to bring the wings back? I don't know. Wow. Okay, awesome. So this is obviously going to be the first video in 2. I'll do the next one as well. I don't remember the name yet because I haven't looked at it, haven't seen it. But I'll be back in just a minute for the second video, second song of the 7th episode of Hazbin Hotel. See you shortly. Hey there. Do you want to see my next Hazbin Hotel reaction before anybody else? Patreon gets early access to every episode in this series. And you know what? Next week's episode is already available. So come join the Patreon and raise a little hell with us. We'll see you there.
Have you ever wanted something that was so clear in your mind that you could taste it?
You mean like human flesh?
Sort of. It's a feeling like a rumbling in your gut that you could finally be faced with a billion needy faces. I guess what I mean to say is, for the first time in my life, I might have to be ready for this, ready to be the one who's leading from the front. Gotta come into my own, gotta come into my throne, gotta take charge and defend my only home. And although
I really love how the background instruments build throughout this entire section. I believe we just get so a little orchestral intro.
ever wanted something that was so clear.
Con leña strings, so really light strings and piano chords. And then we start getting this moving piano pattern, a lot more motion in it. And then we start getting some pizzicato bass strings at some point comes in as well. And so everything kind of slowly stacks to go throughout this entire first section. Meanwhile, Charlie's in her speaking voice, essentially. Like she is singing pitches, but it's very much like dialogue where she's explaining the story to people. It's no big melodies, it's no big belting, it's nothing like that. It's really just like telling this group of cannibals what the deal is. I just love that line from Susan. You mean like human flesh? Sort of.
Have you ever wanted something that was so clear in your mind that you could taste it?
You mean like human flesh?
Sort of.
Sort of.
It's a feeling like a rumbling in your gut that you could finally
Chimes.
be faced with a billion needy faces. I guess what I mean to say is, for the first time in my life, I might have to be ready for this, ready to be the one who's leading from the front. Gotta come into my own, gotta come into my throne, gotta take charge and defend my only home.
This is like the perfect start to what I imagine is going to be like this big inspirational, like power belt anthem. A great way to start it. That's just what the chord progression feels like. That's what the instrumentation feels like. It's what the singing feels like. It starts off very low and speech-like, and I think we'll get a big climax in this one.
Come into my throne, gotta take charge and defend my only home. And although I kind of feel unsteady now, I need to be ready for this. Have you ever felt like you're willing?
I'll go back just a bit. We're in B flat major. I was checking that. Dum.
Oh, I kind of feel unsteady now, I need to be ready for this.
Yeah.
Have you ever-
Oh, those military snare drum and brass section coming in. That's excellent. Yeah, sense of duty, honor, valor.
Ready for this. Have you ever felt like you're willing to die to save the people of your city?
By die, do you mean use my teeth to rip flesh apart?
That's a start. The people of your city.
By die, do you mean use my teeth to rip flesh apart?
That's a start. Cause right now we need a leader, and it seems to me that destiny has picked me to be that, if you'll permit me. So who's with me? Wouldn't it be super?
Oh, okay. Then we get a big vibe shift. I love this military sense of honor section. So good. And the brass and like a really rhythmic snare drum pattern that's how you get that. That is how you get that military feel.
Cause right now we need a leader, and it seems to me that destiny has picked me to be that, if you'll permit me. So who's with me? Wouldn't it be super to see more of hell? Join up now if you like travel. Come on, boys,
Wow.
hop in the saddle. A lot of sights to see en route to my hotel. Not to mention the camaraderie. Yes, sirree.
It still has this it's like part two, or it's like another version of this military, like the old school military feel. I feel like I'm watching like an old commercial for like joining the Navy or something, where it's this boom, 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 boom. And it's a different tempo, right? It's a different tempo than the kind of sense of duty and honor thing. This is like the exciting part. This is like the hook that's gonna get people in on whatever the cause may be. Great shift, like up tempo. You know, it's faster. It's like a little more exciting, a little more hopeful. Even it's great stuff.
That destiny has picked me to be that, if
Right?
you'll permit
This is
me.
all
So
like-
who's with me? Wouldn't it be super
Hey.
to see more of hell?
Join the Navy.
Now if you like travel, come on, boys, hop in the saddle. A lot of sights to see en route to my hotel. Not to mention the camaraderie. Yes, sirree, you'll form like
Oh, she's dancing.
with the folks along the way.
And feast on all the angels you can eat.
Okay.
Wait, there's a lovely little motif that came in a very high instrument.
Along the way.
And feast on
Ah, yeah. What is that? It's like a malleted instrument along with something else.
You'll form life-changing friendships with the folks along the way.
and feast
That's
on
great.
all the angels you can eat.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, this is great. Now we can actually see some of our cannibals. Before they were all like completely shrouded in darkness. It was just like the eyes and mouth thing that Hazbin does for all like the most evil creatures and characters. It's like whenever Alistair's like creeping behind someone, they'll have him as just like the silhouette, but with the eyes and teeth shining. But now we actually get to see some of our cannibal friends who are now that they know that they can eat the angels, they're pumped. They're pumped to join in. They look so nice. Cannibal honeys. These are the hot cannibal women. Never thought I would ever say that phrase. Anyway, this is great. There was a minor section. This is all just like, this must be where where Andrew and Sam got the inspiration. They must have like scoured the internet for like old like military promo videos from the US, because this is exactly the vibe. Exactly the vibe. It's great. Fighting back, we'll follow your lead. We're eager to feed. We'll sharpen our teeth for the heavenly feast. From this moment on, you can. It's minor. Back to major. Join the flesh buffet. Then a nice low A from some baritone in the chorus here. They're also all singing very much in like the old school, like mid 20th century American. Seize the day to that, like that kind of accent. It's like a few decades after Alistair, where part of that accent was still kind of lingering in media and on talk shows and movies and so on and so forth. And we're definitely getting that here. So we get when that style of music was most popular, I guess you could say, or being most utilized, the accents in our chorus reflect that, at least as far as I know. I think I've got that right, but it seems like those things are lining up together.
Seem a little murdery right now. Don't worry.
They just seem a little murdery right now.
Yasm, darling. They just seem a little murdery right now.
Murdery. So just to, because I just talked about this in the last song with Camilla singing all the way down to those low E's, still phonating. Charlie's character, Erica, it sounds like that A above that low E is almost the very bottom. So that's why I was saying the Camilla note is significantly low for a female vocalist. It's a perfect fourth down. And you can tell Charlie's almost at the bottom of her range singing this low A. It gets like really breathy, and like you can just tell it's about to run out of runway.
Enthusiasm, darling. They just seem a little murdery, right?
Murdery. It gets like super breathy.
By the snarling, that's enthusiasm, darling. They just seem a little murdery right now. Don't worry, honey, that's their thing. Keep singing. We're super duper grateful to have you folks aboard. Can't wait to taste an angel's wings. Oh, Lord.
That's really what they care about. They just want to eat the angels. She could have just started with that, and it probably would have won them over.
Folks aboard. Can't wait to taste an angel's wings. For the first time in my life, maybe I can be ready for this. I can be the marshal leading the parade. I can come into my own, and I think I've always known my destiny could never be postponed. When Adam...
That slaps. So this is like a halftime kick snare pattern with a standard time triplet pattern. Absolutely slaps. That is a great songwriting technique for the drums to feel punchier in a slow tempo, but also to have a lot of motion in the sound. So you get these big punchy drums, and you get this great forward motion because the triplet writing in triple meter is a really great way to get forward motion and forward motion in a sound. If you listen to like the Game of Thrones opening theme song, it's one of the greatest opening themes ever written, and it's in triple, and it's bum bum ba da dun dun da da dun dun da da dun dun, and it just has this incredible drive forward. It's really the best use of triplet, especially in a context like this where you want it to be inspirational. It's awesome.
To have you folks aboard.
Like listen to the difference between this and the next thing.
Oh Lord, for the first time in my life, maybe I can be ready for this. I can be the marshal.
Goes hard.
Parade. I can come into my own, and I think I've always known my destiny could never be postponed. When Adam brings the battle here, I must appear like I'm ready for this.
Yes.
And sing along.
Big beautiful high D from Charlie there. Really nice, fully connected. And I like how we're getting all these we're getting the big brass in the background as well. So we've got this, everything I just explained, plus the brass, plus Charlie now finally getting up into that upper belt range. The song is really building in a beautiful way. And we're about 2/3 of the way through.
The marshal leading the parade. I can come into my own, and I think I've always known my destiny could never be postponed. When Adam brings the battle here, I must appear like I'm ready for this.
Nice suspension.
And sing along, they're singing her song.
Surprised why I knew she could do it all along. She's bound to pass the test as princess of hell. Like her daddy, she is badly powerful.
So you can see how Alistair's voice sounds just a little bit more old-timey than Rosie and the rest of the Cannibals. Alistair's like way like this, like way back. If you listen to like the radio announcer in Legend of Korra, it's like that. And then Rosie's like a little more subdued. It's like a little more almost like, I don't know, like Southern formal or something like that. But it's that like 1950s Americanized, at least on media. That's like how the accents were portrayed. I don't actually know what people really spoke like. I should look up some clips.
Is why I knew she could do it all along. She's bound to pass the test as princess of hell. Like her daddy, she is badly powerful. She's filled with
Wait, they just rhymed hell with powerful. Powerful.
like her daddy, she is badly powerful.
That's
She's
funny.
filled with potential that I could guide. I concur. Stick with her, you'll be on the winning side. For the first time in our lives, we know that we are ready for this.
We'll show heaven a fight they won't forget.
It's time to take a stand.
It is time to lend a hand against the angels and their deadly threat.
Yes. Okay, yeah, we've moved up yet again, and now we have like the full assortment of instruments. We have the chorus, we have Charlie singing the absolute highest in her range. So you can really track this song, how they add elements and then take elements away and then switch themes, and just very slowly the song builds and builds and builds till we get to this climactic moment where everything we've kind of heard in the song comes together. We get the biggest belting, the highest notes. We get the full ensemble. It's great stuff. This is really a well-structured song.
For the first time in our lives, we know that we are ready for this.
Also, someone is just absolutely blasting really high chest notes in this chorus. It sounds like Charlie's voice. I don't know if the main cast also sang in the chorus. That's certainly a thing. Sometimes you do ensemble and leads. You probably wouldn't do it in a live setting, but in a studio version, your voice has as much stamina as you need. Because it kind of sounds like Erica's voice belting but listen to the really high female belty part in the chorus. I mean, it's just like a bunch of high E's.
I could guide. I concur. Stick with her, you'll be on the winning side. For the first time in our lives, we know that we are ready for this.
We'll show heaven a fight they won't forget.
It's time to take a stand.
Just
It is time
ease.
to lend a hand against the angels and their deadly threat.
We cannot take it anymore. The time has come to go to war. Prepare to fight.
Yes.
Ready for this.
I really hope that I'm ready for this.
Nice. I love that descending chord progression, and it's still everyone singing, and then just the last line's just Charlie. That's lovely. That's a lovely ending. We get this ascending chord progression, ba 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 ba, and then we get a descending chord progression, and then we end with just Charlie. It's really nice.
Angels and their deadly threat.
We cannot take it anymore. The time has come to go to war. Prepare to fight. We're ready for
Down.
I really hope that I'm ready for this.
Yeah. Bravi tutti. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, this was first time reaction and analysis for Out for Love and Ready for This from Hazbin Hotel, episode 7 in the books. If you learned something, if you enjoyed, please do consider joining my Patreon community. It's the best way to support me. And as always, please do subscribe. It's totally free. It just takes a couple seconds. So I'll see you guys in the next Hazbin video, the last video for this amazing show. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.